Hello, welcome to the review where I watch all the garbage so you don't have to. It's time now for the stupidest show on TV.
As D.C. barrels towards yet another government shutdown, a bipartisan bill to keep the lights on was scrapped. And it has a lot of folks asking.
A bipartisan bill of 1,500 pages, including like $70,000 a year raise for members of Congress and a whole bunch of other pork. But it was bipartisan, therefore it should pass. Yeah, I'm sure it's bipartisan with a $70,000 a year freaking raise.
Who is in charge? Because I've been saying it for a while.
Yes, you have.
I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president. I do.
Well, you've been calling him vice president.
I've called him vice president. I called him president because I don't know what JD is doing. I hardly ever say. I don't remember the last time we even talked about JD.
You're right. He's planning the presidency when they get rid of Trump.
So you think it's Musk Vance?
Possible.
Hey, you know who? Stay away from the stairway.
The brilliance is staggering on this show. I mean, I'm overwhelmed with awe for the intelligence of these ladies.
But it kind of seems like maybe he is the president because he got a promotion of some sort that none of us knew about. Just look at the clip, you'll understand.
What's your message to Elon Musk?
Well, I was communicating with Elon last night. Elon and Vivek and I are on a text chain together. They understand the situation. They said, it's not directed to you, Mr. Speaker, but we don't like the spending. I said, guess what, fellas? I don't either.
It's pretty clear that they were about to pass the bill, and Musk intervened, and Trump followed him, and now we're headed into this crisis period. Eventually, they're going to have to get together and decide who the president is.
Elon is like the chaotic guy who tweets about politics on the internet. A lot of America thinks of a guy who builds rockets, who created Starlink, which could save thousands of lives.
Here's the thing. He's on track to be the first trillionaire in this country. Yes. And he wants to cut funding for farmers, for example. You know, as they say, no farmers, no food.
Yeah. No,
you know? And other working people. Well, so he's like the Grinch.
He doesn't want to cut funding to freaking farmers. He wants to stop the continuing, he wants to stop this new omnibus bill from passing because it adds additional funding and spending. Last time they passed a resolution, it was a continuing resolution. It was 21 pages, and all it said was the spending that we had last year is the spending we're going to have this year. This omnibus bill that they just tried to pass is 1,547 pages of nothing but garbage. And you want to know something? The people responsible for this bill were threatening the representatives in hurricane-affected states that if they didn't go along with this bill, they weren't going to get any aid for their states. That's the kind of scumbags we're dealing with. The Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, a few weeks ago came out and said they will not put forward an omnibus. He said, we won't even put forward a minibus. All we want is a continuing resolution. He outright lied. And now here we are a few weeks later, and they're trying to push this mega omnibus through with a lot of crap in it. And I mean a lot of crap. We'll get into that in a few minutes.
All with the CR, as our leader just noted, we have broken the Christmas omni. And I have no intention of going back to that terrible tradition. So there won't be a Christmas omnibus. As somebody asked me in the hallway a little while ago, will there be many buses? We don't want any buses. We're not going to do any buses, okay? And we got to get through this. So, look, everybody understands the necessity. It is not palatable. This is the sausage-making part of legislation that nobody likes, but we're governing.
And the fact of the matter is they use this government shutdown shit all the time to scare people into saying just pass the bill. Screw that. Shut down the government. Who gives a shit? The government never really shuts down. When a government shutdown occurs, all the important stuff, the stuff that you can't live without, continues running. You're still going to get your Social Security checks, your welfare stuff. All that stuff continues running. It's the non-essential shit that shuts down. And if it's non-essential, we shouldn't be paying for it anyway.
He stole Christmas, this guy. So why should anybody praise him.
My
Why?
point is the
Tell me.
disconnect, I think, between like average Americans who think of him and associate him with actually great things he's done. Tesla has done great things for this country and for this economy. And they're not thinking about that he's tweeting about government funding bills or conspiracy theories.
The problem.
You hear Behar there? I hate that car. You know what? She didn't hate that car 3 years ago before Elon Musk bought Twitter and actually made it a free speech platform. She didn't hate the car then. She only hated Musk once he bought the platform and put a stop to all the censoring of conservative speech. That's when she started hating the car. These people are disgusting. They have no ethics. They have no morals. They'll go whichever way the wind's blowing to help their side. Otherwise, they have no ethics. They have none. They will not stand up for anything other than their side winning. That's it. That's all that matters. Their side having the power.
Consequences are exactly, Joy, what you're talking about. They are hurting working people. You want to keep
Their
on
voters.
saying they're hurting their own voters. Everybody keeps on saying, oh, you know.
How are they hurting the voters? Tell us how. You're making a claim. Back it up now with some facts. Nobody's hurting the voters. That bill's hurting voters, wasting more of their money.
You are not an elected official. People didn't vote for you. Now, if you want to be an elected official, then come out and say, listen, I want to run for the presidency.
He can't because he's South African born.
Yes.
He's a U.S. citizen, but
he's
yeah,
a U.S.
he can't run for
citizen.
president.
He can't run for
But, you know, they are
president.
saying now, you know,
See how smart they are? She has no clue that he can't run for president. They are freaking complete morons. Period. Morons. Wanted to share this with you here. This is a list of a few of the things that are in the 1,500-page omnibus bill. This is your money we're talking about here, people. $1.2 million for LGBTQIA pride centers, and another $1.2 million for support services for DACA recipients. And this is for at San Diego Community College. So this is $2.4 million just for San Diego Community College. That's pork for one of the reps in Congress. $477,000 for Equity Institute in Rhode Island to indoctrinate teachers with anti-racism virtual labs. I'm sure this is due to whoever Rhode Island's representative is, because he'll get a piece of that, because these anti-racism virtual labs will then go ahead and contribute to his campaign with some of that money. $1 million for Zora's House in Ohio, a co-working and community space for women and gender expansive people of color. Again, this community, Zora's House will then take this $1 million and donate some of it back to whoever put this in the bill. $3 million for the American LGBTQ Museum in New York City. Why do we have to pay for that? Why do I have to pay for that? $3.6 million for a Michelle Obama trail in Georgia. So yeah, we got to look for the Georgia rep for that there. $750,000 for LGBT and gender nonconforming housing in New York. With New York taxes as high as they are, the federal taxpayer has to pay for that? Come on, man. $2 million for the Great Blacks in Wax Museum in Baltimore. $2 million for a wax museum. This is federal spending we're talking about. $856,000 for LGBT Center in New York. Again, New York has some of the highest taxes and the highest living cost in the country. And my money has to go towards something in New York? This is ridiculous. $750,000 for the Trans-Latin Coalition. Whatever that is, who cares? $2 million for MLK Labor in Washington, an affiliate of the AFL-CIO that expelled Seattle police officers from union ranks. I don't know what that is, but whatever that is, we'll be donating to whoever got that shoved in the bill. $956,000 for the Equity Incubator at the universities at Shady Grove in Maryland. Maryland is another one with real high taxes, so you're aware. $791,000 for equitable energy resilience and EV infrastructure. Now, and this is just for California, another state with enormous tax rates. This is just 12 things in the bill. There is so much more junk in there that this doesn't list. But I want to mention something that I believe there was I'm not sure the money that was put into it, but it was several $billion was put into a bill for EV infrastructure. They were going to build charging stations, and this was years ago. And I believe so far they have built six charging stations for billions of dollars, and it's been many years, and they've built six. I would have to look it up to get the actual facts of that situation, but regardless, this spending bill was an absolute joke, and for them to try to ram it through right before Christmas and then threaten us that the government's going to shut down and it's going to hurt everybody and this and that if we don't spend this garbage, that's a freaking problem. And everybody watching this and everybody in the country should be outraged and write their congressperson, call their congressperson, and raise hell. And you tell them, you vote for this crap anymore, we're voting you out. No more. We're not going to put up with any more of this crap. See, I'm disgusted by these ladies. So thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.